So if you're popping in, please make sure that you say hello, good afternoon. It is 12, so it is definitely afternoon. So looks like we are all looking okay. So welcome. Hope you had an amazing weekend. I had a weekend in lockdown, nothing interesting here. It is our first day of remote learning for term 3. It's been an interesting morning with my youngest. Let's just leave that there. I'm glad I've closed the door and I'm with you guys. So thank you so much for joining me, Kay. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Woodbridge. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia, and I'm on the Central Coast, like localities, so Central Coast about an hour north of Sydney, which is a lovely place in the world to be. So I have not only dealt with remote learning this morning, I have also been fighting with my scan and cut as I've been trying to cut some designer series paper for us to play with today. So I have some meager pieces cut, but I had a whole 6x12. Oh, hang on, cancel. I had a whole 6x12 piece of paper to cut and it didn't work. Good morning, Delinda. Oh, typing issues this morning, this afternoon, Delinda. Hey, Cheryl Lee. Yeah, sorry, I've gone live and I haven't got things ready as per normal. So we are going to take a take 2 for our You're the Peach paper, which I will grab. I have bits sitting. This is the You're the Peach paper, currently 15. That's okay, not a problem at all, Delinda. Currently part of our 15% off designer series paper sale. So we were interrupted on Friday by a little visitor who we were looking after, Miss Ivy. So we made this no stamping, very simple You're the Peach card. So I am going to do a take 2 today. My take 2 is going to look very different than what it did in my head, because my scan and cut wouldn't cut the things that I wanted to, and I am not very good at hand cutting because of my Charcot-Marie tooth neuropathy that definitely affects my hands. So I did do a little bit of hand cutting of a piece, but I did that off screen while watching Home and Away from last night. So no one got to see me struggle. It wasn't too bad, but it was really fiddly, but I just wanted it done. So who have I missed coming in? I have Roz, I have Delinda, I have Donna. I've already spoken to you, Delinda, but your name was in the list, and Donna. So if you like any of the products, and every time I press this, it does this. If you like any of the products that I use today, hello, Miss Bev. I knew I'd miss someone, and I can't touch my screen because it's doing weird things. If anyone wants to purchase any of the products that I use today, you can do that through my online store. So I do have links to my profile, and after the video finishes, I will put links directly to my store so you can find it. So let's get ourselves flicked around and go on this adventure, because not sure where we're going now compared to kind of what was in my head. So we're just going to play together. I'll ask for some audience participation. Please feel free to participate, even if you're in the replay, because I have been known to take those audience participation replies and then use them for another project. So never think that your opinion, even though I don't use it on this card, I will use it on something else or store it in my bank. It was an okay episode. It was nothing special. It was just something to distract me while I was hand cutting, to tell you the truth, Shirley. Hello, Yvonne, all the way on the other side of the country. We've got East Coast and West Coast represented today. Normally I have Deb and Nicole in Western Australia, so it is lovely to have you here today from the West Coast. You guys aren't in lockdown at the moment, are you? It's just all us guys in Greater Sydney. It's such fun. I mean, it'd be fine if the kids weren't at school, but the kids are back at school. Hello, Miss Mary. Okay, I got that set up pretty quickly today. I'm rather impressed with myself. Maybe I didn't. Just a tinsy, because the kids have played with this. Hello, Julie. Okay, light off, light off, light off. Light off, and we're ready to rock and roll. Okay, I must say, on the weekend, I had a lovely Pick 6 Wonder class with some girls. So that was lovely, and I am running it as my normal class because I can't have anyone in my house unless it's for care, which is why my lovely granddaughter was here. Yes, so that's kind of... I had a Zoom class. It was fantastic. We made 14 cards in 3 hours. We were chatting. We weren't going super fast. I've seen people do it in 2 hours, but that's kind of not my style. So, yes. Hey, Mary. Thank you for joining. So, you're the peach paper. I have some pieces already out. So, I'll show you the paper, and this may give me some inspiration of where we are. That just fell on the floor, of where we're going today. Hello, Miss Phoebe. Thank you for joining me. It's been a couple of weeks. Okay, so you're the peach paper. Have this one. I do have plenty of these flowers that I cut out from the other pattern. So we have like our meadow of blue flowers and the peach stripe. I did try and cut this out, and yeah, my scan and cut is not, it's not playing nicely at the moment. And this is the piece, like this little one here is almost cut out. I've just got it, the machine did part of it. So it did about 2 inches. That's about it. But I'm kind of glad it didn't, because I like the blue stripe. We used the blue polka dot on our last card, which is this one here. And on the other side, we have the blue background with the peaches on it. Then we have teeny tiny peaches. This is so 80s to me, so 80s. It actually reminds me of like apricots, and someone would have had the wallpaper of this exact thing. And then this is part of the piece we used on Friday, so no sentiment. So I've got a couple of sprigs die cut out, and we've got lots of little individual flowers that we can use as sprinkles, and some of these flowers are also like edge pieces, so they'd go nicely up against the edge. So this is kind of where I'm thinking. So I'm thinking I might cut this piece of paper down to a card front, which is the same as this blue piece. And I think I'm going to build up from there. I don't know if I'll actually do any peaches, because I used peaches last time. And I'm not sure on sentiments. I don't know. I'm not sure where we're going, but we shall get there together. How about that? Now, would you like me to do a portrait or a landscape card? So this orientation is portrait, and then this way is landscape. So you tell me what style of card you'd like me to do. So portrait or landscape is your first decision. Yes. No. Well, there aren't any cases outside of Greater Sydney, only the ones that went home from Melbourne or went home to Melbourne. I don't know. We have had a construction worker in our area, so in our region, because we're technically landscape. Okay. Well, Bev, at this stage you are being outvoted 3-1. Okay, so yeah, we don't actually have any active cases, and there was no risk of community transmission for the case that was identified in my area because they were a construction worker. So yeah, I'm just playing with some of these pieces. This is a dodgy one, a hand cup. Landscape, oh God. Oh no, Bev, no. Goulburn isn't far away at all from you. Not at all. So I'm thinking of using these cutout pieces to create like a cluster. I'm just thinking and placing and wondering if I can create like a semi pattern paper look over the background paper, because I love a good stripe. I do. Hang on, I need my little spatula doovy thing. It's right here on my desk, because some of these are a titch sticky. Why don't I just pour them out? Do you know what? That'd be like so much easier. Then I've got our little bud pieces. Good morning, Mel. Yeah, I'm keeping as well as I can. I'm going a little insane, and it's only the first morning of remote learning for term 3. So, you know, if we hear anything in the background, I take no responsibility for what we hear. I asked my eldest if they needed help, and I was like, not unless you're going to help me with physics. So I closed the door and I left them to it, because I did not do physics at school. So I've kind of got a bit of a cluster. Tell me what you think of the direction that I'm kind of going in here. I'm kind of liking where I'm going, and just using the edges where there are some. So obviously this piece is a full piece, but we do have some edge pieces here. So I kind of like this, how we wrap around the whole corner, and I like this. And we could put this, oh, that's a bit busy now, isn't it? That might be used for another project. I like it, but I kind of want to put a skinny sentiment across the middle. I don't want to cut the two clusters apart because I like them. I like the balance, but I kind of want a skinny sentiment across the middle. So may leave this for another card. Very pretty. Thank you. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, Delinda. Thank you, Phoebe. Hello, Elfie. Haven't seen you in ages. You like it. Looks really lovely. Awesome. And then we have our scattering pieces here. So I'm assuming the next thing I want to find is a sentiment, because we're not going to use a focal image because we've built our edges. And I kind of, tell me what you think. Is having this on it too much? I feel it's too much, but let me have a looky-see at some sentiments that we might be able to use. Because I do not own the sentiment, the stamp set that goes with this. Too much, Ross. Okay, good. I'm glad my gut feeling was correct, and I'll pop that back in the basket. I kind of want something a bit bigger, but I still want it to be dainty. So wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. Because that's kind of an anything card. And I could find a really nice label or circle or punch. I've been using my everyday label quite a bit doing my Pick 6 Wonders. But as I was saying, I was talking about the Pick 6 Wonder. A sentiment would look better. Depends on how you place the sentiment. Well, these ones are going to be down, so the sentiment I'm imagining is going to be sitting up above these pieces. Obviously, they're just placed for the moment, but that's what I'm kind of imagining, that these will be flat. Oh, that has cut into that piece, but that's okay. So these will be sitting flat. I'll have to add something on there because it's annoying me. It looks like a hair, but it's not. I don't even know if you guys can see it. Probably not. Oh, yeah, I know. I like it, but the sentiments I'm thinking are a little small, although I do love this. I love the hand scriptiness, the messy script of it, but I'm going to say no, and I'm thinking I'm going with this one, and I'm going to grab out some dies to see what will go. And I have like the 9 colors that go with this paper set. I've got those out in my little thing over here, so I'm not searching for colors. I did that last night. I don't know who I am and why I'm so prepared, but I did that last night. Okay, so spatially that'll work really nice there. It's not connected, but it connects the 2 diagonals. So let's look for, I'm thinking not necessarily circular, but not, okay, not necessarily circular, but I don't want a rectangle either. Can't use those ones. They're not released yet. I could use them, but I'm not going to. Don't want circle. Don't want to put a word in a butterfly. Don't want stitch rectangles. Stitch greenery is not going to work. The artistic dies don't have any labels, neither does pinned flowers. Stitched whimsy, which I really need to use, but that impresses. Hippo and Friends. Now I'm thinking we've used these ones and these ones as per Cindy's request forever ago. Oh, I would put happy birthday on the inside. This sentiment, wishing you a little extra happiness, just lets me be able to use the card for other occasions if I wish, but it works very, very well. So just let me slide these to the side. And the good thing about having this on the block, I'm thinking Hippo and Friends, because it's kind of been my mission to show you all 3 of these dies. I'm thinking the next one up might be like way too big, but I'm thinking this one might be a bit small. See, I could use it as like a vellum layer, and I could see that happening. So what we're looking at with this one is the middle line is the cut line. And none of that hits. I think this will work well, and then this I could use one of the peach papers or vellum as a layer, and then that'll bring in whatever colour we choose, because I think it's definitely picking up the Calypso coral, but the colours in this paper are very interesting. It's Petal Pink, Pear Pizzazz, Pale Papaya, Mango Melody, Calypso Coral, Bumblebee. So I could choose any of those colours because these flowers are variegated. I could choose any and it would work. No, I don't. But Bev, that would work as well. I have the label Me Fancy Punch instead. I haven't got the one that's similar to this shape, but I know which one you're talking about. I only have this one. That's the Label Me one that I have. There are two. Yes, so we'll see what works better. And now I've just got to, I'll pop this over. I'll just pop this to the side here. Now, this is where we can have a play because I don't think the Pear Pizzazz won't work. That's too busy. Right. This is where we can choose Stripe and Stripe isn't going to work. Oh, I love a good polka dot. That blue polka dot. I'm thinking, sorry, we stamp on white. Executive decision, we're stamping on white. And this piece once was a whole A4, and I got 14 sentiments, punch sentiments out of this piece of designer series paper. Now, I've got a couple of goes with this piece, so I'm going to start out with Calypso Coral, okay? My labels are a bit faded, so let's have a looky-see. Now, I've been talking about this was part of my Pick 6 Wonder class. The Pick 6 Wonder class is actually open worldwide. So the class I have is 1 o'clock this coming Sunday, my time. The one I did last weekend, I did do at 10. I'm thinking this colour will work really nicely. What do we think? Thinking it's working. Just let me put it up close. And then I've got all my little buds that I can scatter as required because they cut out when my Scan and Cut was doing all the cutting. Such pretty dies. They really are. Perfect colour. Okay. I'm thinking putting this behind may be a little busy, but I'm going to cut it out first and we'll find out. So I'm just going to grab my mini cut and emboss machine because that's all we need today, because both these dies will fit through that machine nicely. And I need my silicone mat, which I always pop under my machines. Open our flaps. I need to find a better word because a lot of people have a giggle when I say that word. Stripes and dots classic, even better together. Okay, Colleen, I'll give them a go. I'm more than happy to give them a go, and if not, I've got that for another card. So there's nothing to say I can't use that on another card. I was more thinking are the colours too much, but I may do a simple, like, matte it on a different colour. Where's my piece? Ah, I need to cut my piece down. I'm all good for the die fitting through. I'm not so good with the paper fitting through. These are all still fairly usable pieces for a couple of bits and bobs. So just creating scraps from my scraps. Okay, this is perfect now. And see, this just fits, it hugs it perfectly. Although, do I have it? I do have it the right way. It's just there are two humps. Just trying to align those up as best I can. If it's not straight, it doesn't matter. It's handmade and all of that jazz, because handmade is okay. Okay. Crank, 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 crank. Done. Oh, well, isn't that just darling? Look at that beautiful stitched. Now, this is where we're going to try before we buy. So, what do we think of that on that? I'm thinking it might be too much. Should we just go for it and cut it out and see what we think? Let's just do it. I'm just going to do a titch of lining up first. I just want to see where I am cutting. So I'm cutting along. Just let me check that again. I'm cutting along these because I'm just hand cutting, but I should be able to cut. I really can't cut a straight line, but close enough's good enough. Yes, okay, you girls love it. You girls are having your say. But I think I might go more with this variegated end than the darker end, just to try and blend in with those flowers so it's not so solid. Leave that there. Pop this. Okay. This isn't cranking because the paper is too close to the edge. So if I put this paper too close to the edge where it picks up, the machine doesn't like it. And that is totally okay. It's just a quirk of the machine. Hello, Miss Laurie. You are not late. You're just on your own time, and that's okay. Okay, so we have that, and then we have left on this piece of paper in particular the stitched edge on the outside. So it does do double stitched edges. So then I can always, if I had a bit more room, I could cut the next largest die and create a frame. So just so you know, especially with these, there goes a pair of scissors on the floor. With these dies, you can create a frame. Just a tidbit. Okay, pop that over there. This can go here for the moment. Okay, we are definitely done die cutting. So pop this away, pop plates away. This would also, can't pick up my scissors. This would also look really nice on a embossed background, but we've got the paper. Let's celebrate our beautiful paper. Hello, Cheryl. How are you? Nice to see you in today. So close yet so far. Cheryl's local-ish to me, but we can't visit each other, sadly. She has come to one of my classes. She's a bit of a hoot. Great energy. Okay. So nest these ones back together. So if you want to go back and have a look at what I've done with these two other frame sets, if you go to my blog or even my YouTube channel, not all of them I have filmed, and search Hippo and Friends, and all the cards I've made with Hippo and Friends, and some of them you'll see will be the animals from Hippo and Friends, but a lot of them I use these frame dies because they're pretty amazing. I will leave this here for the moment. Do you know what I just looked at? This would work really nicely on the first card we made as well. Even though I made the executive decision not to do a sentiment, it would have worked equally nicely on that card. But we just left it and celebrated the paper. But we're celebrating in a slightly different way. Okay, so well, I do like that. Okay, so dimensionals on, so flat and dimensionals. That's the way I'm going, and then we will start sticking, and then we will choose, once I've stuck everything down, we will choose our card base. No, not those ones, these ones. So you can see I had smudges on the back of this Whisper White paper, but I love that if your smudges aren't too inky, you can just turn it over and use the other side. Okay, I do want this nicely supported, and it's actually basic white, not Whisper White. My brain will kick over eventually to the right colours. Visit with the granddaughter was lovely, and we had her yesterday. So Mum was at work, her stepdad, they're engaged. Her Chris was working from home, so when Mum went to work, we cared for her so that he could work. Mum went to work. So we had a lovely afternoon. She really wanted to make a card with me, but we just didn't have time to get there because she also had a medical appointment that I had to take her to. So that took about an hour out of our afternoon, and yeah, she's back next Monday as well. So we may do that then. Hello, Miss Susan. I know it's a bit crazy here too. That's why I'm really glad I shut the door. I'm the best mother in the world because I shut the door when I'm doing my live now, and soon they'll break for lunch, and I'm not doing lunch. Hopefully Dad will make a sandwich or something. And then I think we'll all hopefully get out for a walk later. I went for a walk yesterday afternoon with Miss Ivy, and that was very nice. And Louisa hadn't been properly worked on harness for a while, so that worked well. And then I do need to buy some food today. My one outing, I'm allowed to buy food to feed the family. So I've got to get a list together, and only I can go. Normally David and I go together, but only me. So some of these flowers are cut off the edge of the designer series paper. So I'm just popping them on the edge of the paper. You'd think it would be not a useful piece, but it's actually working quite well. So all these 3 pieces I'm about to stick down are all edge pieces, which works well. Hey, Margaret. Oh, she is. She is. She is a lovely young girl. She's turning 11 next month. Bit scary, and then her brother will be here before the end of the year, and we were talking about things she's a bit worried about, being a big sister, and things that'll help Mum and Chris out. And yeah, we had a lovely chat about being a big sister. Not that I am a big anything, because I am an only child, but yeah, that was good. She's got it all under control, which is lovely. Hey, Margaret, thanks for sharing. Thanks for dropping in too. So I'm just popping glue on these because I do want a little bit of wiggle room, because we want to get these edges, and I'm thinking I'll definitely need a bud or something in here, because this is a bit of a trapped space, but it's going down nicely, and I don't mind that a couple of these edges are curling up and aren't glued down properly. It adds some subtle dimension to the card. And then we'll pop in our sentiment, and then I'll do my little bits and bobs. And I don't know, do we want to colour some pearls maybe? And just add in some pearls in our peach flowers here. Would peach flowers have a different name other than peach flowers? I don't know. Now, I'm also really liking this flower, this tucking under this flower here. That looks real. Rather than it going on top, putting it on top of the flower, I think that looks really nice. No. I am allowed, but I'm only allowed to go by myself. Normally, David and I go together because I have my walker, Susan. I am allowed to go to the shops, but I have a bag on my walker, and David holds a bag because I can't do a trolley and a walker. We have tried that before, and it doesn't work. So yeah, it's just, I definitely need a list because I don't have a bag, like an overflow bag. So yeah. Well, it's Aldi, so yeah. I'm sure I could go, but I just don't. I'm just being cautious because we are a high risk families, and I am fully immunized, so, or vaccinated, so I just don't want to put anyone else at risk, really. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. So I sort of have a little, actually that works well there, and that covers up that cut mark. So I'm just going to put a dab there, and then pop this here, but pull it back as far as I can, just so there's a connection. And I did want one little piece in here. And I'm going to grab my take your pick tool because we're really fiddly now. Thank you, Elfie. I meant allowed to have someone. I'm sure they wouldn't bat an eyelid. I was actually asked where David was last time I went in, because there's normally no show without Punch, and I don't know who's Punch, him or me. Okay, that looks a little better, just having that little bud in there. I like that. I like this little bit here. I do feel it needs some pearls, but I'm thinking, do I colour them? I do have, just checking my chart actually. Where is my chart? My chart's on the back of this. What colours do I have in yellows? I do have pale papaya. I do have Calypso Coral, but we have quite a lot of Calypso Coral on there. Mango Melody is retired. So Saffron may work. Petal Pink. There's a tinsiest bit of pink. I'm thinking Pale Papaya might just be nice to pull out. Now, where is that in my system here? Is the one before Pale Pink. Okay. Papaya. I think that'll work nicely. I just want to scatter a few. Nothing too adventurous. As you can see, I have done a lot of colouring of these. I think almost everyone on this set has been coloured. I think this is from my customer cards that I shared the other day. I do have Aldi. Aldi's amazing. And would you believe a lot of the products are the same worldwide? Bobby's not on here today. All this colour will work perfectly. I said to Bobby, oh, I've got these. And he said, what are you eating? So I showed him. And then he went to his local Aldi and was able to get the same things. So it was pretty awesome. So you can colour these, definitely using those two big ones. And so that's 5. Want to keep odd numbers. So I think I'll leave it at that. Now I'm definitely using the dark and I am double layering it just to get a bit more depth of colour. So it all matches, but it's not perfect. But before I attach those, even though they're ready to rock and roll, we're going to work on what colour base we are going to use. And because I have just grabbed papaya, I am thinking, will it work as a card base? And actually it won't. I do not like it. Okay, and I've just knocked you girls twice. How rude. Hello Maria, hello Debbie, hello El Shabazz. Where's Lynchburg City? I have no idea where Lynchburg City is. Oh, no problems, Angie. I was just playing. Fighting with the scan and cut, and these flowers are the only ones that cut out because the paper moved and I'd scanned it 5 bazillion times. Calypso Coral may be the one that works, but I don't know whether it will actually. I'm just testing this for colour. No. What do you think? My gut instinct is saying no. And I'm thinking maybe just going with a thick white. And I know I've got plenty of these card bases already folded from my 14 cards I made. So Calypso Coral. I haven't even looked at comments yet. Or just keep it what? No white. early espresso. That is one of the colours in there. And we've got early espresso. Okay, hold on, bear with. I don't think I have a card base though. Oh, maybe I do have a card base. Look at me, and it's in the right orientation. So we said no to the white. This is why I like having you girls here. Opinions are good. It certainly does pop. Okay, blue. No, there's no Night of Navy in here, but I'll get the balmy blue. I think we're going to go through nearly all the options today. Actually, the balmy blue. It's enough, but it's not too much. It's colour without being competing. It complements what we've put on. Definitely the balmy blue. Do you know what? I almost went there straight up and I second guessed myself. Okay, just putting all the other card bases away with their friends so then I can find them later. Yes, blue, 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 nice. Yes, it does. It does. I'm just going to leave it at this, Bev, because I may have 0 pieces of Misty Moonlight left after I made customer cards at the end of last week. I have borrowed some pieces, but I'm kind of hoarding my Misty Moonlight pieces that I've borrowed. There was a bit of a front door swap with my upline. She needed something and I needed something, and it worked perfectly that she had that. Okay, committed on, look, it's not my preferred way. I do prefer doing a side fold, but it's on a card base and we're using what we've got. Now we just need to sprinkle. Perfect. That colour looks wonderful. I may need some more. I'm thinking we don't need any on the sentiment actually. Just a scattering. Pop one in here and then we have a triangle. And I just need another one up in here. I know it's looking a bit uneven at the moment. I like my nice triangles. What's my favourite colour group, Laurie? Can I say the one I use the least is Regals? The one I use... I don't know. I say brights, but I don't use brights all the time. I really do like to mix my colour families. Take a bit from here and a bit from there. Pop it right there. So we have 2 triangles. I think I'm calling it done. What do you think? Yeah, I like brights too, but I don't always use them all together. I think brights can be very overpowering if you use them just all together, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to grab a little bag for all my cutouts because they are all still very, very useful. And I just use our clear medium envelopes, and I use them for my embellishments as well. So I'm going to pop this just under the edge of my desk and scoop. And only one bit went on the floor. And it's now picked up. So I've just put all my cutouts in there, so then they won't get lost. Gorgeous card, really nice. Done. Okay, so let me put my pearls away. I do have this set I'm trying to finish off, and then I have a brand new sheet as well. Okay, so let's grab out everything we've used. So we've used the You're a Peach paper, and it is on 15% off until the 2nd of August. So we've used that. We also used the Hippo and Friends dies. We specifically, I found another bud, another flower bud. We specifically use the ones in the middle, and Miss Cindy isn't here to see it, so hopefully she'll see it on replay. We use the Stampin' blends, and we use the Pansy patch. So we didn't use a whole lot of things on this card, but the cutting out of, get everything else out of the way, but the cutting out of the flowers certainly made the card sing. I think that really, really made the card was using the cutouts on the stripe, because we've created our own pattern paper that way. Oh, good night. Sweet dreams. I'm glad you could stay up for the whole time. I'm very impressed, considering it's now nearly 11:30 where you are. Hey, Shelley, you, I didn't even see you pop in, Shelley. Hello. Thank you. I'm so glad you all love the card. And I will grab out some more pattern paper on Thursday. I think we're all good for Thursday. I did not check my calendar before I came on. Maybe I can check my calendar now and see on my computer and see what it says we have on Thursday. Well, those things actually aren't happening. I have nothing on Thursday except coming here to play with you girls. So I'll grab out another set of paper. If you have any suggestions for which paper that is currently on sale you would like me to play with, you can make your requests in the comments, and I will take your requests and run with them. So just know you guys have equal say here when I do videos majority of the time, except when I'm reproducing a class card. I love having your input. Thank you so much. I never would have used that polka dot. I was absolutely hand penned. Okay, Brenda, I do have hand penned. I was not using that polka dot paper, so I'm so glad you guys all said use a polka dot paper, because stripes and polka dots, you were all right. Totally classic. So have an amazing couple of days. I will push through here and get things done. I think I'm up to doing my major assignments for the month, or my crafting assignments. I have a clean desk except for the mess that I've made now, and I can get ahead for the month and start playing with some new things as well. So I've got some samples to show you when the new catalogue goes live. So be well. Any questions, please ask. I will pop up the links to my online store to buy all these products in about 10 minutes, and I will catch you guys on Thursday. Bye.